Okay, Heart. Who are you into? Right. This song has got verses, choruses. I guess like most songs, it has an intro guitar part I'll show you. It's got a guitar solo in the middle, which is very good, and it's got a slightly more free-flowing guitar solo at the end, which is still actually quite thematic. The whole thing is very, very commercial. You can see why all of those songs were just such massive hits. So to get started, we're in A, and we're going to play A, E, D, and like one extra chord, which is a G. So all the chords are based around an A major tonality. And the fourth chord's an F sharp minor, which is still in key A major. But the chord that's slightly different is a. You can hear where that comes in, and that sort of suggests a. Which is an A Mixolydian scale, right? So let's get started, and I'll try not make this too complicated by going on about scale names and all the rest of it, right? So, intro. Right, that's our intro. So what we've got there is this line. Right, we're coming off a C sharp, D, E, down, D, C sharp, up to D, B, C sharp, right? I find that sequence of notes quite difficult to get my head around because they're not consecutive or what you'd call adjacent. I'm not going. In other words, the consecutive note is not always one tone apart. So we get this. We're jumping from B to D, missing out C sharp, back to B, then play C sharp. Right? So that's our intro. I'll play that with an appropriate sound. Into the first verse, and when Ann Wilson's singing, we've got an A, and we've got a kind of pumping D, A, D. What's coming up now is G, D, E, F sharp minor, D, E to D, E, just sit in it. This is who you're onto, and here's the chord, it's a G, so D, and then we're back into the main theme, which, if you remember, is right. So we then go to a second verse and a second chorus. The chorus being, as I said, who are you onto? E, D, now G. And when we hit the A, we're going to the guitar solo. The guitar solo is an extension, or a variation if you like, on the intro, but it's really good. So here's the guitar solo. Okay, that's the whole thing. Play that really slowly. We've got the intro. Then we want to go B, A, D, and spell out that chord. So you can bend it if you want. Right. I'm into the A chord, right? Second part jumps an octave and it plays the same thing, but the second half goes, and we go through this G note. So again, this is suggesting an A mixolydian. That scale is don't get put off by this. That scale is just A major. With one note change, the seventh becomes so. Right? So for the second time through, we get, here it comes, fret the G, and then go right up to the A major position, go. Right? And we've got that line. So play the whole thing, right? And from that we go straight into that bit, right? We're nearly through, nearly got the whole song. Until the end, when Howard Lees plays a really nice solo. This is the second solo, well, his intro solo and this bit at the end. And at the end, what he plays is, so it's off that major scale, first 5 notes of the major scale, first 5 notes of the major scale. So we start with E, D, right? Obviously it's played with a bit of oomph, so it's like, and then we go down the bottom. And it gets a little bit more juicy, right? So this time we just bend the B. This is what I would call indiscriminate pitch. You know, it's somewhere between B and C sharp, you know, intentionally. So and leg down. And then how it plays. So that's it, it's just a little bit more aggressive at the end of the song. So, in summary, we've got there's our intro, verses, D, then it's very fast G, D, E, F sharp minor. Now whenever I play F sharp minor, play this. Now if you've got 2 guitars in the band, you'd be quite justified in saying, but surely if the other guy's playing, which is F sharp minor, and you're playing, they're going to clash because they're only a tone apart. And I would wholeheartedly agree with you, but it seems to sound pretty good. And I think a golden rule of the guitar is if it sounds good, it's good. You know? So I would play that as F sharp minor. Maybe not every time, but. And then it's D. Here's it. I have to say, Anne sings this. It's just beautiful. I love the melodies and just the passion when she's hitting this. E and D, hang on the D. Who are you? D, G. And then we've just got the guitar solo in the middle, which is great, which mirrors the intro, and that bit at the end that I played, going to the major scale. And we've got that, right? And that is whole song, Who Will You Run To by Heart. Absolutely classic.